Homelessness is an issue that's plagued societies for centuries, with many considering it a problem without a solution. However, one country in the far north of Europe may have just cracked the code. Finland has not only developed a groundbreaking strategy for tackling homelessness, but also set an ambitious goal to completely eradicate it by 2027. As countries around the world grapple with homelessness, Finland's approach has garnered worldwide praise and attention for its impressive results. In this video, we're going to be exploring how Finland managed to turn the tide against homelessness and whether their unique methods can actually be implemented and, well, replicated anywhere else. So, let's dive into the fascinating story of how Finland is on the path to solving homelessness once and for all. Welcome to the Seeker's Edge, where we seek knowledge that'll give you an edge in life. How did Finland beat homelessness? To truly understand the impact of Finland's strategy, it's helpful to compare it with other countries, particularly Japan, which boasts the lowest rate of homelessness. Japan's success in maintaining low homelessness rates may appear impressive on the surface, but upon closer examination reveals some questionable practices. The Japanese government has been criticized for underreporting homelessness figures, as well as for the country's approach to dealing with the issue. In Japan, homeless people are often hidden from sight through strict regulations on where they can sleep, and there's a heavy reliance on temporary shelters. This approach doesn't address the root causes of homelessness and merely sweep the problem under the rug. On the other hand, Finland has consistently been praised for its effective strategy and tangible results. The Finnish government has been transparent about its efforts to combat homelessness and has shown a genuine commitment to finding long-term solutions, instead of just sweeping that problem under the rug. Finland's been proactive in addressing the core issues that contribute to homelessness. The contrast between Finland and Japan highlights the importance of not only having a low homelessness rate, but also having a sustainable and humane approach to addressing the issue. Finland's strategy emphasizes the importance of treating homeless people with some dignity and providing them with the support necessary to reintegrate into society. In comparison, Japan's approach tends to focus on short-term solutions that don't really address the underlying causes of homelessness. It becomes apparent that the country's commitment to solving homelessness goes beyond just reducing the number of people living on the streets. The Finnish model seeks to provide comprehensive support to homeless individuals, addressing their needs holistically and helping them build a stable life. This approach has set Finland apart from other countries, turning it into a model for how to tackle homelessness effectively and sustainably. The success of Finland's approach to combating homelessness becomes even more evident when compared to other European countries. The foundation of Finland's success in tackling homelessness lies in its innovative housing-first strategy. This approach appears to differ significantly from the traditional staircase approach used in many other countries. To fully grasp the impact of the housing-first strategy, it's pretty important to understand the key differences between the two methods and how they address the issue of homelessness. The staircase approach places a heavy emphasis on addressing personal issues before granting access to permanent housing. Homeless individuals are expected to resolve problems such as drug addiction, mental health, and unemployment while residing in temporary shelters. Once they've demonstrated progress in these areas, then they're eligible for permanent housing. Woo! However, this method has proven to be largely ineffective, as many homeless people find themselves trapped in the cycle of relapse and eviction, unable to break free from the challenges that led to their homelessness in the first place. In contrast, the housing-first strategy acknowledges that providing stable housing is a crucial first step in addressing the complex issues faced by homeless individuals. Finland's approach places housing at the center of its strategy, offering permanent housing to homeless individuals without strict preconditions or prerequisites. This approach recognizes that having a stable home can make it a lot easier for individuals to address the challenges that lead to their homelessness in the first place. Under the housing-first strategy, Finnish government provides small individual apartments to homeless individuals, often in housing centers that accommodate around 100 residents. Each center is staffed by approximately 20 on-site social workers who offer support in various areas, including bureaucracy, job hunting, and access to addiction and mental health treatments. Unlike the staircase approach, residents aren't required to give up drugs or undergo treatment before being provided with housing. However, they are expected to pay a small rent and participate in the available support system. The housing-first strategy in Finland has proven to be a far more effective and compassionate approach to addressing homelessness. By providing stable housing and comprehensive support from the outset, Finland has been able to significantly reduce its homeless population and create a sustainable solution to a seemingly insurmountable problem. The successful implementation of the housing-first strategy in Finland is due in large part to the comprehensive support system and integral role played by its social workers. By providing permanent housing without imposing strict conditions on residents, Finland has created an environment where homeless individuals can focus on addressing their personal challenges and then reintegrating into society. To ensure the success of the housing-first strategy, Finland has established a robust support system for its residents. This includes access to social workers, healthcare services, addiction treatment, and mental health resources. Each housing center is staffed by a team of on-site social workers who play a vital role in helping residents navigate the complexities of their personal challenges and the bureaucracy of social services. Social workers in the housing centers assist with a wide range of tasks, from helping residents find employment to guiding them through the process of accessing mental health or addiction treatment. Their presence in the centers not only provides practical support, but also it offers a sense of community and belonging for residents who may have been isolated and stigmatized due to their homelessness. The success of the Housing First strategy in Finland demonstrates the importance of providing stable housing and comprehensive support to individuals experiencing homelessness. By removing strict preconditions and fostering an environment where residents can access the resources and assistance that, well, they need, Finland has been able to significantly reduce its homeless population and make strides towards eradicating homelessness altogether. However, it's also faced some criticism from those who argue that it merely hides the problem rather than truly solving it. To assess the validity of these claims, it's important to consider the results of the Finnish model and address the concerns raised by its critics. Since the mid-1980s, Finland has seen a dramatic reduction of its homeless population, from around 20,000 individuals to just under 4,000 by 2021. What was that, like a 500%? I can't do math, that's a lot. This decline is largely attributed to the Housing First strategy and comprehensive support it provides. However, critics argue that the Finnish model only artificially decreases the number of homeless individuals by placing them in government-funded housing rather than genuinely reintegrating them into society. While it's true that the Finnish model relies heavily on state support to provide housing and social services, it's important to consider the overarching goal of the strategy: to get people off the streets and into a controlled, safe environment, hopefully where they can contribute back into the economy. The success of the Finnish model doesn't hinge on transforming homeless individuals into model citizens who are addiction-free and entirely independent. Instead, it aims to help them find stability, pay a small rent, and slowly, and over the course of a good number of years, reintegrate into society. The financial aspects of the Finnish model play a crucial role in its overall success and adoption. It's essential to examine the cost-effectiveness of this approach and how it benefits not only the homeless individuals, but also society and the government. Implementing the Housing First strategy in Finland involves significant financial investments. The government spends a considerable amount of purchasing and converting apartments into homeless housing, subsidizing rent, and employing social workers to assist the residents. Despite these expenses, studies have shown that the Finnish model is actually cost-effective in the long run. According to Finnish statistics, the government saves approximately 15,000 euros per year for each homeless person that it houses. These savings are attributed to the reduced costs associated with emergency care, policing, and the justice system, which often arise when the individuals are living on the streets. The financial benefits of the Finnish model extend beyond monetary savings and contribute to a healthier and just more stable society. The Housing First strategy provides clear benefits for homeless individuals who no longer have to live in the streets or in a temporary shelter. With a stable home and access to a comprehensive support system, these individuals can begin to address their personal challenges and work towards reintegrating into society. Society at large also benefits from the Finnish model. As homeless individuals find stable housing and support, issues related to crime, drug use, and other problems associated with homelessness are reduced, leading to a safer and more cohesive community. Lastly, the Finnish governments benefit from the cost savings generated by the Housing First strategy. By investing in housing and social support, the government ultimately spends less on emergency services and other costs linked to homelessness. While the Finnish model has been proven successful in addressing homelessness within its borders, implementing this approach in other countries comes with its own set of challenges. These challenges can be broadly categorized into two areas: practical and ideological obstacles. From a practical standpoint, several factors make it difficult to simply replicate the Finnish model in other countries. For example, one of the basic requirements for implementing the Housing First strategy is the availability of sufficient housing. With many countries experiencing housing crises, this can be a real big barrier to adopting a similar approach. Finland's success in providing housing is partially due to the fact that cities in the country own most of the land, enabling them to build social housing units more easily. That's not really the case with many other countries, where land ownership and development restrictions can hinder the construction of affordable housing. Additionally, the Finnish model relies on a robust social security system, access to healthcare, mental health institutions, and addiction treatment, as well as a substantial number of social workers. Replicating that level of support in other countries would require significant investments in these areas. Beyond the practical challenges, ideological barriers also exist. There is a deeply rooted belief in many societies that homeless people should earn or deserve housing rather than just being provided with it. This idea often leads to resistance against adopting a housing-first approach, despite evidence suggesting its effectiveness in reducing homelessness. Moreover, the Finnish model requires a long-term commitment from governments and societies, which can be real difficult to achieve in countries with challenging and changing political landscapes or conflicting priorities. In the end, the Finnish model demonstrates that it is possible to make significant progress in addressing homelessness through a combination of housing provision and social support. While the challenges of implementing this approach in other countries are very substantial, the potential benefits for homeless individuals, generally just society, and governments make it a worthwhile endeavor. By learning from Finland's experience and adapting the model to suit the unique context of other countries, it's possible to create a more inclusive, compassionate, and effective approach to combating homelessness. This will require a collaborative effort from governments, organizations, and communities, as well as a long-term commitment to investing in the well-being of the most vulnerable members of society. And that's about it for today. If you liked the video, please subscribe to The Seeker's Edge for an edge in life. Until next time, my friends, or my random internet parasocial friends, whatever, you already left the video. I'm talking to myself. Cricket, cricket, bye.